Take two.
Warning. The content in this podcast contains colorful language, spirited conversation, and some good old-fashioned ignorance. So get out of your bag and let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it then. This is the Cranberry Podcast, the podcast about absolutely nothing. Ran out of breath on that one. So if there's nothing in your cup, bloop, 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 fill it up. Fill it up, baby. So yeah, here we are again. Week number, fuck who cares. How you doing this week?
I'm doing really good. It's a beautiful day. Not too hot, not too cold.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can't complain. What about yourself?
I'm solid, man. It's been a good week, man. It's been a good week, nice and productive.
All right.
I always like a productive week. So yeah, I got through it. And here we are again. Now I'm here to like decompress, chop it up with my good friend and see what's slapping for the week, get a beverage going.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that's big on my list when I look forward to this shit every week, man.
Absolutely. Me too. I know. It seems like we're going to have a good taste for today.
Yeah, we got a real good taste for the day. And before I introduce the new drink for the week, what I am going to do is I'm going to challenge the viewers out there to interact with us. At the beginning of the pod, I say, if it's nothing in your cup, fill it up. I mean that shit. Actually pour yourself a drink and have a drink with us. You know what I'm saying? It's on me. It's on me, man. The drink's on me. So have a drink with us. And as a drinking game, I will introduce somewhat, when I say basically, generally, or something like that, go ahead and take a sip or a shot. We will also be doing that if we catch it. We can't catch it all the time because we be up in this motherfucker fucked up. But if you out there and you listening to it and you hear Jay say generally or basically, take a sip, pour a shot, hit that joint.
Now, do you find that you say that a lot?
I find that I say that too much. So it's like crutch. Everybody has like a crutch. I know what yours is, but I'm not going to tell you.
Ooh, what is it?
You have a crutch. And we all do. We all have this like crutch. So, yeah. I do. I feel like I say it way too often, in the middle of, basically, see, boom, I gotta do it. So, it's, merging two thoughts, I'm merging two sentences or merging two thoughts together. And I end up using those two words, either basically or generally.
Yeah, that's your filler, kind of like when other people say or something of that nature.
Yeah. It's a filler, crutch, however you want to identify it.
All right.
So anyway,
that's fun. It is fun. Like you said, interactive.
Interact with us, man.
And everybody loves a good drinking game.
Yeah, and then I want you to like actually like hit me up and be like, yo, man, I got real fucked up because you just said that shit like way too many times. You can find us on Instagram, the Cranberry Pod on IG. You can hit us up on the email, which is cranberrypod@gmail.com.
I know we should do a game.
Find us on Spotify. Just let me finish and then jump in.
Ooh, spicy.
I'm spicy today. So, and then you can also find us again on Spotify. We got all the episodes up there. The numbering is going to be a little weird on Spotify. It goes 1 to 10. That's from when we first started in like 2021, and then it's 10 episodes, and then it jumps to episode 20. Don't ask me why, but go ahead. We should invent a game of what?
I was just being a jerk. I was like, every time you wear black.
Oh, y'all gonna be fucked up out there. Y'all gonna be fucked up out there. The emergency department is gonna be flooded with just people who getting fucked up and coming in there. Yeah, nah, don't do that. I'ma always wear black. You know what I'm saying? For black power.
Okay.
Huh? Malcolm X.
Wow.
You know what I mean? No, I don't. I wear black because I'm broke. That's
with
the truth.
Big old chain on, right?
With the big old chain.
Yeah.
I spent all my money on the chain,
right?
And now I can't afford clothing. That's how that go. So today we are pouring up some smoked old fashions, man. We're gonna pour up some smoked old fashioned. I'm gonna smoke them little daddies, and then we're gonna give you like a light history of the cocktail.
All right, let's do
All right,
it.
let's do this, man. Can you like speak to the people, speak to me, tell me something while I do my thing?
You know what? So I tried. Well, mine is just kind of like a silly story. So I tried to like before the podcast, we tried to do like a little bit of research or something, give a little history. So
Right.
mine, I tried to do the little bit of history, and by me typing in like smoked drinks or smoked alcohol,
What happened?
they thought that I had a problem or that I was trying to do something to myself. So all of the search results back were like, well, if you need support, contact and like gave me all these different hotlines, suicide hotline, all kinds of things.
Hilarious.
I was like, that's not what I meant. So I had to do a different search. And at that point, then I was just kind of discouraged. I was like, well, I did
Jay will take care of it.
pretty much. That's what I thought. But no, but I did try to look up some other things, but nothing that I found to be interesting. And usually I don't like to like bring things to the table that I don't find to be interesting.
Right.
So that's kind of like, that's where I left off with it.
Well, that's funny that they just immediately jump to, are you trying to do something to yourself? That's,
Right.
That's very strange. Hold on, man. Mama, let me smoke these.
Oh, you gotta smoke 'em.
So I basically made these pre-made. So these old fashions are pre-made, only because I didn't want to have to do them on the pod. I didn't want to have to actually smoke, or I didn't want to have to actually create them on the pod. It's it's not a real big process, but it was better to just have them done and ready. And then I would just show you the smoking aspect of it on the pod. I just show you how I smoke these little daddies up. Yeah, I mean. And then we're gonna fuck these shits up after that. Watch this, pal. Hit it with the fire.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Hit them with the fire.
I see the smoke happening.
Yeah, I mean, you hit them with the fire. Hit them with the fire.
The fire.
Fire. Fire.
Fire in the hole.
What that bitch used to say? Khaleesi. Catrares.
Oh,
I don't know.
Lord.
I don't know what the fuck she was saying. Catrares. You know what I mean? Catrares. Yeah. Catrares. I don't know what the fuck. Well, do you know what she was saying?
No, I don't know either.
Catrares or some shit. Anyway. All right, here you go. Smoked old fashioned. Bow to the neck.
Smoky.
Smoked old fashioned to the neck, baby. Smoked old fashioned. Bow. Here's another one coming at you. Another smoked one coming at you. Coming at you with the smoke.
Now, what made you want to buy a smoker in the first place?
Honestly, I'm just a huge nerd when it comes to like shit like this. And I wanted to smoke my old fashions. Look at that. Look at the smoke coming off that little daddy. Look at that, man.
It tastes good, too.
This is a beautiful drink, okay? This is a beautiful motherfucking drink. I bought this goddamn whiskey glass. This glass cost me $60, man. Look at this.
$60
$60
for a glass?
Yeah, for one glass. Man, this is handcrafted, though. You know what I'm saying? You spend money on the right shit. But look at the drink, man. Look at the drink, man. That shit beautiful, man.
It is.
That shit is beautiful, man. And then it's also just delicious.
It is delicious. You know what? I didn't get to.
Oh, shit. Yo. Dead ass, fam. This is a good ass. This is my best one.
The best one ever, huh?
This is the best one. This is the best old fashioned I ever made, man.
It's pretty good.
That is a goddamn good old fashioned. And I done had old fashions at, high end restaurants. I've had them at low end restaurants. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta say what your pet peeve is, though, when it comes to old fashions.
Can I finish a sentence?
Oh no! I gotta cut you off every time.
Okay, my pet peeve about old fashions is, I don't like when people come with the fucking crushed ice in an old fashioned.
I knew that's what
Don't
you were gonna
put no
say.
fucking crushed ice in my old fashioned. I've been places where I'll be like, yo, I want an old fashioned. However, do y'all got the square ice? They be like, nope. Nigga, give me a margarita. Yeah, give me a margarita, nigga. Yeah, I ain't fucking with them. So anyway, let me give a little history. Please don't interrupt. Yeah, man, shit.
You don't want nobody to have no fun around here. Just you.
Have as much fun as you like, man. Anyway, the old fashioned. The old fashioned is considered old fashioned and basically got its name from. I said it. We got to sit. I said.
Oh,
it.
shoot.
I said the word. Yep. You gotta come with it, baby. Come with it. Oh, you cheated.
I'll cleanse my palate.
So, the old fashioned was, now I feel limited in my vocabulary
because you can't say basically.
because I can't say it. It connects so many thoughts. But I'm gonna power through. The old fashioned was actually invented by ingredient. Okay, ingredient wise, it was invented in the 1690s by Dr. Richard Stoughton. And it was an elixir that he manufactured and sold. It was called the Elixir Magnum. I can't say that it's Shikanikum, or I can't really pronounce that. Even if I was reading it, I couldn't pronounce it. So, but it was an elixir that he sold, manufactured and sold. In 1806, it was mentioned in a newsletter in New York. This newsletter was called, what was the name of that damn newsletter? The Colombian something or rather. Okay. It's the Balance and the Colombian Reposado, repository is what it was called. Repository. Yeah. They had Reposado way back there, baby. They were getting fucked up way back there. Yeah, they had tequila while they was making the shit and changed up. It was called the Balance and Colombian Repository. So they had printed in that newsletter the ingredients. Okay, they were basically discussing.
Dang, I can't keep up with this whole basic.
You got to do it, buddy. You got to do it, bub. Boom. I'm gonna be doing this on purpose. It's gonna be some fucking shit happening up in here today. So anyway, that was the first time they mentioned the ingredients of said beverage. It wasn't until 60 years later that it was named in the U.S. as what we know the old fashioned.
Okay.
So roughly around 1866, let's just say.
All right.
That's when the old fashioned was officially named by Americans. So a lot of Americans, or just a lot of people in general. Oh
my God. This is an awful game.
Let's go. Come on. You got this.
It's like you're at a baby shower and you can't say baby. It's just awful.
Oh, you said baby. All right. So people around the world, and I'm gonna say generally, just it's because that's the truth. You don't have to drink, but generally, they believe that the old fashioned is an American made beverage, which it's not. It was invented in England, like I explained by my guy Richard. You know what I'm saying? Dick.
You're right.
That's my dude. Dick is my dude. Dick the dude.
Now, was his wife named Jane?
His wife was not named Jane. His wife was not named Jane.
Missed opportunity.
Well, he was single. Yeah.
How do you know he was single?
No, because his name was Big Dick Willie. It was Big Dick Willie. That was his name. Yeah, Big Dick Willie. And he invented the old fashioned because he was trying to get Jane liquored up so he could beat that, and it didn't happen. Yeah, I couldn't come up with nothing weirder than that actually. So the old fashioned. Salute to the old fashioned, man. Salute to the old fashioned. It is the oldest and the first, arguably the first official cocktail.
All right.
Arguably
Cheers to
the
old
first official
fashions.
cocktail, man. Cheers to old fashions. They start sprucing them up with the maraschino cherries. I only go with the black maraschinos. Okay, the dark ones. If you put a red maraschino in my old fashioned, even if you got the block ice, I still don't. It's not official. It's not official.
You're snooty when it comes to drinks.
I'm ass snooty, man. I do a drinking podcast, so yeah, I'm ass snooty.
Oh, that's what makes you snooty.
No,
You were not snooty before the drink.
I've been snooty for a number of years now. I've been snooty for a very long time, man, and for no reason actually, because I don't have no money. I have no reason to be snooty.
You just know what you like, and that's okay.
Goddamn right, and this is a damn good old fashioned.
You're just gonna keep patting yourself on the back, huh?
Man, I'm gonna pat myself somewhere until something happens. Until I produce something. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, since we're doing smoked old fashions today,
Right.
and I think I gave all the history.
You did.
Oh, I wanted to read something. I'll read it later. I'll read it later. I'll give you. You know what? Fuck that shit. I'm gonna read it right now.
All right. Do your thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Before you get started, I really like your shoes. I
Thank
love the color.
Bow.
You know.
Crimson, baby. Crimson. That's the color. The color is actually crimson.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were supposed to be red when I ordered them.
They look more like salmony.
Yeah. So when I ordered them, I thought they were red. They look red on the picture.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they showed up, I was like, oh no, I'm sending these shits back. So then I went back to read the post and it said they're crimson. And I was like, oh, they got me. I still was going to send them back anyway, too. But I was like, nah, I might as well keep them. Maybe I'll just buy some crimson shit.
Now, see, I thought crimson was a darker red, but obviously I'm wrong because maybe I don't know what crimson is then.
Yeah, no, this is what they called crimson. You know, maybe it's crimson, maybe it's not. You know, maybe this
They
is
look
knockoff.
good. And I
maybe
like,
it's a
I like the
knockoff
bottoms
crimson.
too because it looks like they'd be comfortable. Like you could just bounce off like a moon shoe.
Whoopsh. Yeah. Now I'm trying to get my leg game strong, just in case I got to kick a nigga in his neck. So check it.
All right.
Roughly around the 1860s,
Okay.
there was a newsletter, again another newsletter, U.S. newsletter, called the Farmer's Cabinet, and I just found this interesting, just basically because I said basically. Let's do it.
I had just taken my sip.
Yeah, it's too. Yeah, you gotta do another one down. What the fuck? No. Brittany is so much fun, isn't she?
Because I'm
Jesus
drunk
Christ.
already.
Well,
Unless you want me to
pace yourself,
you
brother.
start getting sloppy on the
Pace yourself.
podcast, just be
That's
falling
the
out,
goal.
taking a nap and shit.
That's the goal. That's where we're trying to get to. Anyway, Farmer's Cabinet. I thought this was funny, just how they described a cocktail.
Okay.
It was very interesting. Cocktail, and I'm reading this as a quote. Cocktail, 2 words. Then is a stimulating liquor composed of spirits and any kind of sugar, water, and bitters. It's a vulgar, I'm not saying that weird ass word. It is a vulgarly called and bittered sling, and it is supposed to be an excellent electioneering potion, in as much as it renders the heart stout and bold, at the same time that it fuddles the head. Oh God, whoever wrote this shit, why you too smart for a nigga like me, man.
Fuddles the head.
It fuddles but the punctuation on this is horrendous. I'm not joking. I'm usually good at English. I'm always good at English, and the punctuation on this shit is ridiculous. And this is a quote. This is a direct quote.
All right.
Anyway, it is vulgarly called a bittered sling, and is supposed to be an excellent electioneering potion, in as much as it renders the heart stout and bold, at the same time that it fuddles the head. It is said also to be of great use to a Democratic candidate because a person, wait for it, because a person having swallowed a glass of it is ready to swallow anything. This is a direct quote from the 1860s. If you swallow this, you ready to swallow anything. Call me.
And that was from this politician?
No, this is from a fucking newsletter. So this is from a newsletter, again, that when it was first mentioned, when the actual word cocktail was actually mentioned.
Yeah.
Right? So it was, I just found that to be hilarious. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I'd have to read that.
That's silly.
I have to read that. But anyway, I want to also interject and
You interject on yourself?
I need to interject on myself.
Okay.
I've been talking a lot. This is
Yeah,
crazy.
you don't
I'm doing
want
the
me
pod
to
by
talk.
myself.
You said
doing the
don't
pod by
interrupt you every time I say something. You're like, don't interrupt me. I got
You
more
are
to say.
closed off. Open
Why?
up. Open up. Look at your arms. Thank you. Please open up. Please open up. Okay. I'm sorry. I was just trying to give the history. Anyway, I'll finish with this. The first smoked cocktail was smoked in New York in 2007.
Oh, I was trying to. That's now. See, when before they thought I needed help, that's what I was trying. That was stuff I was trying to find, but it took me down a path of like call 988, which is the hotline if you need mental health assistance.
Yeah.
All kind of shit. I was like, oh, this is not what I was looking for.
Yeah. I think they on top of your algorithms.
It was
They know about
sad
you.
to see. I was like, oh no.
They
I was
know-
like,
they
the
know about you.
algorithm thinks I need help.
Yeah. No, they know about you. They
But
know
I
about
am
you.
glad though that the algorithms do that. If for some reason somebody types in something that sounds concerning, that the first thing that pops up is like, hotlines for assistance,
Well, since we having whiskey, guess what I'm doing? I'm smoking a cigar, baby. You can't have whiskey without a goddamn good cigar.
What brand is that?
This is a brand of cigar that is highly sought after in the very small country
Of
Puerto Rico. I got this from the DR.
Dominican?
I got this cigar from the DR.
Well, how did that connect to Puerto Rico?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to be quick with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I bought these cigars when I went to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, same place. I'm just joking. I got these from the DR. 100% I got these from the DR, man. And they're not the best of cigars. I'm just going to keep it 1,000 with you. They're not the best of cigars. However,
Okay.
got a good deal on them. You know what I'm saying? I got a good
They're
deal
not the
on them.
best. You should get a deal.
Yeah, I got the best of deals. I got the best of deals on these, man. You just get them, and then they was just like, man, take those. The lady, she was trying to sell me hard.
Weren't you trying to? Didn't at one point you were buying like Romeo and Juliet's? Or
Yeah, I
something?
used to buy them shits by the box. You get the whole box.
Yeah.
Now that was in what 2015,
It's been a while.
16. That box, from what I remember, I could get that box for like $80.
How much did you spend before?
That's how much I used to get them for, $80. And then after that, when that's when I lived up north. But I got them online for $80. Now I tried to buy them shits like 5 years ago. Them shit was like $300. Boy, please, $300.
$300 for the same one?
Same box of cigars.
Well, I guess they increased in popularity then. I know I'm not a cigar fan. Well, I'm not a smoking fan in a general sense. I don't smoke. I always cough. I'm always coughing.
Cigar and whiskey. This is how it's done, kids.
I know, and
This is how it's
we've
done.
taken people to go have whiskey with us before, and you've gotten some people to have cigar with you. I'm always out. I'm like, let me sit in the furthest seat away from you guys, and You know, you already too close as it is.
This is the American dream right here. This is the American dream right here. You just be as handsome as I am and then have whiskey and a cigar. Like this, that's the American. Look at me and then look at this. Like look at the whole situation right now. This shit is beautiful.
You look like you should be on The Godfather or something.
You break my heart. You break my heart. My heart is broken.
Wow, the impression, huh? I know. Lately, I've been watching this show. It's an old show. It's an old show, but it happens to be on Netflix, so I've been watching. I've been watching Queen of the South.
That's an old show?
It's old. It came out in 2016.
Oh, that's really old.
And I've been watching. It's been on my list for a while because somebody told me at one point to watch it, and
I'm putting this shit out.
It just.
I love this. I'm putting this shit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And anyway, it's about like a woman who like goes from basically nothing to like rising up as a boss in a cartel.
Nice.
And basically like she thinks her boyfriend dies early on and pops back up or whatever. But it's actually pretty good. And I'm not usually
her husband resurrected?
He didn't resurrect, but you know, it was a fake death.
Oh, okay, got you.
And I've watched it like in one of the parts, and I think this is one of the things that because Jay tried to watch an episode with me, but I was already a couple of seasons in, and like in the show, she like talks to herself, but like in the beginning, like she's being assaulted, and she was like and she thought she was gonna die, and she was like, oh, some people see God, some people see this, some people see that, and she's like, I saw myself, and so then it was like herself from the future as like a mob boss and all white, clean cut, like clearly got money, whatever. Got it. That's like giving her guidance of like, you can't, basically it's like you can't depend on nobody but yourself. Like this is the only person you have.
That makes sense. Okay, so it makes sense now because when I was watching it, that shit made no sense and it looked stupid.
Yeah, because I think up until that point, she was kind of like quote unquote a kept woman. Her boyfriend that wasn't dead yet, was like taking care of her, had money, whatever, because he was in the cartel. Okay. Got it. And then he basically had this like, this happens all in the first episode. Had a burner phone. It's like, if this phone ever rings,
spoiler alert from 2016.
If this phone ever rings, it means I'm dead. So that, of course, that phone rings. Then she's on the run, and then it starts this trajectory of her like fucking go like basically being a prisoner to.
You said basically.
I did. Oh
shoot! No, it was for me.
But I'm still gonna drink anyway.
I got her.
Basically, from her being a prisoner to then her being a fucking cartel boss, and it's really interesting.
It's kind of like it's almost like not necessarily, but it's almost like the one that Sofia Vergara did.
Oh, Griselda.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
But that was a true story.
That's a true. Oh, this is not a true story.
No, this was not. I don't think so.
Oh, no wonder it's so stupid. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
No, I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's based on. I'd have to look it up. I don't know if it's based on anyone, but I didn't think so. But I like the reason why I like it because there's so many like shows and movies that are like that are told from like men being the bosses. Yeah. But it is kind of nice to see. And in real life, like you said, Griselda, she was a real boss and she was female. Yeah, she was a boss. So it is kind of cool to see like a woman be in that position. Yeah. Because it's not like they don't exist. Women are obviously just as smart and cunning as men could be. And so it's kind of cool to see that. More. Well, maybe in some cases. I think and so but that is one of the things that I like about the shows because one of the characters there is obviously some other male cartel bosses or whatever, and like it kind of shows you the dynamic in their thinking. Okay. And like even talks about like the weakness of men, if you will, is women, and
very true. And
with the female cartel leader, the only weakness so far that I've seen from her is her daughter. So like and basically even her, she was saying like, oh, everybody's got a weakness, and like you got to identify it. And so far, the main character, her weakness has been compassion, basically.
Her weakness is compassion.
Her weakness has been. It's kind of like Game of Thrones. Daenerys. Her weakness was like seeing other people enslaved or whatever and having compassion for them, right?
Sure.
Almost to a fault where like it now hers eventually went to the extreme, but it's kind of
like to the other end of the spectrum.
Well, yeah, she ended up killing a lot of motherfuckers, burning up a lot of niggas. But it was that same kind of concept though so far. So anywho, I've been interested in watching it. And I needed something new to binge, but I don't like to binge things unless it has a lot of seasons.
Yeah, I'm dead ass with
because
that.
Because if it don't have at least 3 seasons, it's not like really worth binging.
Yeah, I don't get
so like so anything
seasons.
you hear me talk about probably is gonna be old because I like to jump in like
late.
That's kind of like how I did Breaking Bad. I didn't jump on to Breaking Bad till the last season.
Yeah, I'm still disappointed.
So I binged all the seasons, like the first 5 seasons, and then watched the 6th season like live.
Oh, but I did that too.
Yeah,
I did that too.
I didn't. I think I was cleaning up one day or something.
You didn't do that. You lying.
No,
I didn't watch the live ones because I still was talking you into it like a few years ago.
No. That wasn't me. What happened? I remember it exactly because I was still living at my sister's house. It was on like when it was on FX.
AME.
Was it on AME?
Yeah.
And I was like cleaning up, and I caught like a random episode, and I just started watching it like as I was cleaning. But I knew that there was like they were saying that their final season was coming. That's why they were doing the marathon,
right?
Because the next season was coming. That was the only reason why I had binged anything because I just so happened to catch it. Okay. But then I was hooked, and then that's what me and you like kind of started talking about it.
That's what's up. Yeah, Breaking Bad, mad old, and so I guess is this.
It's not as old as Breaking Bad, but yeah, it's old.
Yeah. Breaking Bad was like 2006, 7, something like that, 13, 12, something like that.
12, 13.
Well, that's that. That was the end of the shit.
The end of it was that.
Shit. So yeah, like 2006, 7.
Possibly.
Yeah. That shit mad old. I love that show though. I like pop it in every now and
you
again.
Rewatch. For somebody who rewatches Bird Notice, who's also old.
Stop telling my business. Stop telling my business.
But like you like to binge, but I watch old shit too. Like I still watch all the Harry Potter movies. I will have a Harry Potter weekend, if you will, and like we watch the movies. Yes,
lame as fuck.
What a capital.
Lame as fuck.
But it makes me happy for whatever reason. Like
that's because you got anxiety.
Because I told you that one time. Lord have mercy.
Anybody who rewatches anything, remember this. Next time your mom, your auntie, your grandmother's watching fucking Gunsmoke. Tell them that it's because they are anxious. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard.
I asked you that, like, do you think that's true? Because I saw it online, but I don't think that that's true. I think it is comforting to watch old things, and the reason why I watch old stuff is to fall asleep. So, like, if I watch Schitt's Creek, which I've seen 1,000 times, I will fall asleep to it because I already know what's going to happen. I'm not going to be up like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. So I don't watch things that are new when I'm trying to fall asleep.
Yeah, well. Again, which begs the question, why the fuck would you ask me, am I anxious? Maybe I'm sleepy.
No, but you will rewatch it even when you're not trying to go to sleep.
No, I watch the shit and I go to sleep. But I do rewatch it just because I really do like the shows.
Yeah, you got like at least a list of like at least 5 shows that I can think of that you rewatch.
This is wrong. This is incorrect. I have 3 shows that 1, 2, and 3 that I rewatch religiously.
Okay,
give me 5.
Okay,
give me 5.
Sons, Bird. You've done Game of Thrones.
No, my nigga.
You have not.
No,
you've never rewatched Game of Thrones. You've never rewatched Game of Thrones.
Hold on. Because I said I was specific. I said religiously. So religiously means I've watched it more than at least twice. The entire thing. I've never watched Game of Thrones more than twice.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
Breaking Bad.
You even said it in your fucking sentence, like at least. No.
Breaking Bad. You've done multiple times.
No. Wait a minute. That I religiously rewatch. Give me all 5.
Okay, like I said.
Yep.
Sons.
Yep.
Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Bird.
Yep.
Now I don't know what else. I don't know. Rewatch. I don't know.
Rewatch. It's not 5. I can tell you. No, that is a. I'm in there. I done seen Archer at least 7 times.
Burger, or It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No. I've only seen Sunny in Philadelphia once.
Just the one time.
Yeah,
What about Bob's Burgers?
I've only watched that once. Front to back?
Okay.
Once.
All right.
I catch episodes, but I've only watched it front to back once.
All right. So 4.
Yeah, it's only like 3 or 4. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. 3 or 4. 3 or 4 shows that I will just like pop in, like, you know what? It's been 2 years. I'm gonna rewatch it. And I do.
All right, fair
and
enough.
it makes me feel good.
I got shows that I rewatch. So I've got a few. I've got Frasier. I haven't watched it in a while, but I would rewatch it on repeat. Schitt's Creek.
I've watched that with you.
Schitt's Creek. I rewatch.
I started watching Schitt's Creek just because you watched it.
I can't think of it. I think those are my 2 right now that like I rewatch on a very regular basis. Like, and then Harry Potter.
Yeah,
those are my 3.
So I've watched Royal Pains, but I've watched.
You haven't rewatched it.
I recently rewatched it. That was the first time I've ever.
That gives us 5. So I said 5 shows.
I said religiously. You can't just say, "Oh, you rewatched something," and then you add that in. It was that like it's 3 shows that I rewatch religiously.
Right.
It's only 3, and that is Sons of Anarchy, Breaking Bad, and Archer. Those are the only 3 that I.
Oh, you're not gonna say Breaking? Wait.
Breaking Bad.
Wait, it was Breaking Bad.
Burn
Notice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Archer, I just watch normally. So Burn Notice, Breaking Bad, and Sons of Anarchy. Those I've been rewatching since 2006.
Yeah. Oh, you can't say you don't rewatch none of those. You definitely, those are
all
seasonal.
3 of those. All 3 of those I watch every 2 years.
All right, fair enough.
So when 2 years is up, I'll be.
What about movies that you have to watch? Like, okay, what are your, even though it's not Christmas time, what are your gotta watch during Christmas time movies?
We're not doing that because it's not Christmas time. What we are going to do is we're going to move this show along a little bit.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, so we're going to move the show along. Listen, now, I know you've been watching the news. I know you've been seeing what's popping. It's something.
The protest?
I'm talking about Diddy. I don't
want to talk about Diddy.
I know you don't, because you ain't gonna want to hear what I have.
Go ahead.
So, I wanted to just bring this up just for the simple fact that I want to debunk the bullshit.
Okay.
Now, I like Meek Mills. Meek Mills, he seems like a real nigga, whatnot. And recently, and I'm late to the party on the pod. I'm not late to the party in general, but I'm late to the party on the pod.
Right.
Recently, they've been talking about Meek Mills and how Diddy fucked Meek Mills. Okay.
Do you think he really did?
I don't know. It's it's at least one person that says that Diddy fucked Meek Mills and he was there when it happened. Okay.
That's even more strange.
Not in the room. But he did say he fucked Meek Mills. And I want to play his account.
Oh, God. Like, is that the one where you could hear it at the door? He was at the door?
This is the one where the guy said he put his phone to the door.
Oh, yeah. I seen that one.
I don't believe this nigga. Okay? I just want to start off by saying I don't believe this nigga. Everybody else who's listening, you tell me if you believe this nigga. Want to hear it? Here it go.
But like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this shit.
Okay, so he was very clear about saying, and if you hear what he said is that I heard X, Y, and Z. I kept the phone to the door, and he was daddy this, daddy that, right? Mm-hmm. That's what he says, right? So he says that, oh, it's daddy this, I kept the phone to the door to I guess, capture whatever was happening.
All right, let's hear it.
Right? So this is the audio, right, that he claims he captured. Sorry, that was on some bullshit. This is the audio that he claimed to have captured. Okay. Yeah. Don't scrunch your face up because it's nothing wrong with being gay. Okay.
I don't want to hear
like
nobody
that.
hearing sex in a general sense.
Yeah, well, just saying. Anyway, so in that clip, and from my understanding, that's as much as you can play on YouTube. But that's as much as you can play. So that's as much as I'm gonna play.
Okay.
But I didn't hear not one daddy in there. First of all, wait a minute. Let me finish. No, you finish. Okay, so let me finish. So basically, I didn't hear. Oh, I said basically. Grab your cup, baby. Grab your cup, baby.
Like a force. This doesn't seem like you interactive
that.
playing a game.
I didn't say that on accident. That was, on purpose. So, not one time did I hear anybody say daddy. Not once. First of all. Second thing, neither one of those gentlemen sound like either one of those gentlemen.
I don't know what they sound like when they're fucking.
That's a very good point. I cannot argue that point at all. At no point could I be like, no. Meek Mill sound like this when he fucking. There's no way I could do that.
Well, okay. Unrelated but adjacent question. Do you think that people sound the same fucking that they do just in regular walking around?
I believe their voices don't change. And if they do change, it's either a higher pitch or a lower pitch. But if you are like, if I heard Drake fucking, I would expect to hear Drake in a way, or if I heard Meek Mill's fucking, because the way
like
Meek
it would
Mill's
sound
raps,
familiar.
The voice would sound familiar.
Obviously not exactly the same because people got their voices that they put on during that time. Sometimes.
Well, exactly. But I mean, the cadence, the octave, like everything you would hear would say, okay, that does sound like that person. Like if one of those people even sounded like one of those people, neither one of those people sounded like Diddy. Neither one of those people sounded like Meek Mills. So what I
don't even know what Meek Mill sound like, to be very honest. Like I wouldn't be able to pick up his voice. Like if you gave me like a line of voices, I wouldn't be able to pick his out. Some people I would be able to. Like Snoop's voice, I would be able to pick out if you hear like a few voices.
Actually, Meek Mills has a very distinctive voice, so.
But I haven't paid attention to him enough to know his voice.
Okay, that's fair. Nothing wrong with that. I think that I would be able to pick that out. I've listened to that audio a couple of times because I was really trying to like see if that was and I was jerking off. Fuck it, I'm telling the truth. I was jerking off. Bow. Fine, if that's what y'all want to hear. But honestly, no, I listened to it a couple of times because I wanted to hear if those voices were sounded even a little bit like the person.
I think one of them sound like Diddy.
I don't think so.
The one I was yelling.
Yep, still don't. You only listen to the one time. I listened to it a few times.
That's even more weird.
It's weird, but
I kept listening to it.
Hey, man,
I couldn't stop listening to it.
It's research.
Before I went to bed, while I was taking a shower, I was listening to that shit.
Yep, I was beating off to it because it sounded like something I want to be involved in.
Does it?
Well, if that's what you want to hear. But the truth of the matter is that I listened to it for research because I'm not gonna get on here and be like, oh yeah, this is what Diddy was doing with Meek Mills, without like having like if you listen to it one time, then okay, cool. You could just like be like, all right, maybe that it is what it is because that's what everybody say it is.
Right.
Because it's
now
this is not just wait a minute. This is just not like a sound bite that just hit the waves and then it went and came. This is like legit. Everybody is saying that this is them. So, but I've heard recently that it wasn't. It was linked to a male porn video.
Oh, might have been.
Well, of course.
Question: in a general sense, not necessarily related to this video, but in a general sense, do you believe that Diddy has been doing some foul shit?
Oh, I believe Diddy been fucking men for a while.
Okay.
I don't know if he fucked Carl Winslow, but I heard he did. I heard he did.
I lied too.
Yeah, but it was just some nigga from 60s. I don't trust no nigga from 60s. I'm sorry, but I don't trust you niggas.
I think everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. I think there probably is I think where there's smoke, there's fire. So if somebody is saying something about you, there's a decent chance it might be true if multiple people are saying the same thing.
Like Michael Jackson?
That one's a hard one.
That is a hard one.
Because he was so ridiculously famous.
Yeah.
And had...
So is Diddy.
I don't put him in the same category as MJ.
He shouldn't be.
I don't put them in the same category. But...
if you know Mike, you know Diddy. If you know Diddy, you know Mike. But I still don't put them in the same category.
I don't put them in the same
not
category.
Not as far as fame.
Yeah, not as far as like people that would be targeting you. I just feel like Michael Jackson's in his own lane. He's just in his own lane.
Michael Jackson's too nice, and that's why he's targeted. Diddy is actually doing shit, and that's why he's targeted.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think. I do think that he probably legitimately was doing things just like Bill Cosby was legitimately doing things, just like R. Kelly was legitimately doing things.
Sure.
White people too. Epstein, fucking Weinstein. Oh, all the Steens. Well, it was both.
Yeah.
Epstein had the island, right?
Weinstein, did you see the shit that Weinstein is getting? That shit got overturned?
Did he get overturned?
Yeah, that conviction got overturned.
But I still believe he did all that shit, though.
Oh, I know he did all that shit for sure. I wasn't there, but I can imagine that. I believe he did that shit.
I think he did that shit.
Yeah, it's too much evidence. Too much evidence.
And there's so many people in the industry just doing weird things. And maybe that was the culture, or not was, but still has been the culture of that. Of any situation where there is somebody in a very significant position of power, there's always going to be human beings to abuse that power. And that's just the reality.
That's
politics.
That's a fact.
Entertainment.
That's a fact.
Whatever you can think of.
No, that's a fact.
And so I'm not surprised that this stuff is coming out. I think with the ease of the internet and being able to put things out there, I think it makes it easier to expose people, because you don't need like media clearance or whatever to put something online.
Yeah.
But it's all very fascinating, though, I will say.
No, it's very fascinating.
The Diddy thing, I'm not surprised, because he always has been a little weird.
No, I used to fuck with this chick, and she was telling me, this is years ago, years, a long time. And she was like, she used to go to these we're gonna call them freak offs, only because of the attachment. But actually they were sex parties, let's call them. And she would go to these all the time. And I was having a conversation with her, and she was like, yeah, I see Diddy and that motherfucker all the time. And she didn't even bring Diddy's name up. The weird part is that I brought it up, because she was like, yeah, I be seeing like celebrities in there. And I was like, celebrities? I was like, yeah, right, like who? And then I was just like, what about Diddy? And she was like, oh yeah, that nigga be in there like going ham. I was like, what? And I didn't believe her. This was so many years ago that when she said it, I'd never repeated it, because I was like, this bitch lying her ass off. She don't know nothing about nothing. And I doubt that Diddy was in there like, but now it sounds real.
But to me, it makes sense. Like when I was like, I don't know, 18, maybe 19, I had gone to a few celebrity parties, even in my early 20s.
Sure.
And I've told you this story about me and the whole group I was with almost getting kicked out because nobody was like down to fuck. And then another one that I didn't go with family. That one I went to with family. This one I went to, I don't know why I was there. I was a fresh 18. Similar kind of setup a little bit, but like there was this dude, he had to be at least 11 years older than me, was like, oh yeah, I got a jet, I got this, I got that. Like, but like, was like, okay, but you got to do certain things. So I already know that like, and that's me not even trying to be in the industry. That's just me like just attending a party.
Yeah. So
like the level of just like corruptness is just crazy to me.
Yeah, like, oh, I got a jet. Like, my nigga, let me see the jet. Don't be telling me you got a jet so you can put your dick in. Like, let me see the jet. Let's go to the jet then.
Oh, it was all kind of stuff. Like, because I was like, oh, I can't come. I'm up north, whatever. Okay, I'll fly you out. Give me all your information. I was like, no.
You got a private jet, though. You don't need my information.
My mom, I told my mom, because at that time, I'm so young, right? Fresh 18. I'm so young. I still tell my mom everything. She was like, there is no way in hell that you're about to leave this house and go anywhere. Because I think at the time I was like, oh, that sounds like fun. I never been like da da da. She was like, are you crazy? Are you insane? You don't know this person at all. Oh, no. So I wasn't allowed to go.
Interesting.
And I listened because I'm young enough that like you can still, there's still an element of control that's there that I'm going to listen.
That's you know what? That's full circle, because one time that I was going to be flew out on a jet, I remember somebody like having a freak out moment when that's crazy. Like, I guess that just happens normally where when you try to like go on a jet with somebody and then somebody else don't really want you to go. It's crazy how that works.
Now, do you think that, thinking of your youngest being 18 years old and she's invited by some dude that's significantly older.
My daughter?
Yeah. You think you'd be okay with it?
100%.
Or you did the same thing my mom does? Like,
no.
It's like, oh, you're fucking crazy. You ain't going nowhere.
No, my daughter can go.
Oh, you let her go?
I'd let her go. Pack my bags too.
I was like, you lying, first of all.
I'm not lying. She can go.
But I'm going to.
I'm going to. Nigga, when I get to the airport, nigga, we both getting on this plane. Both of us. Or somebody getting beat up. Nigga, either we both going or somebody finna get their ass whooped. Like, nigga, I'm going. I done already took off work. You know what I'm saying? I done packed a bag.
Yeah.
And then I get to the airport, you like, nah, your daddy can't come.
But being
I'm
young,
finna whoop your motherfucking ass, nigga.
being slim and being pretty cute, whatever, definitely I saw just a little bit of glimpse of what it's like. And I was like, there's so much access, so much influence, so much everything.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. That shit is nuts. That shit crazy.
Like, I got my eyes busted
crazy.
so many times. Like, walking into a party, this mansion party, and just seeing a plate of cocaine just sitting out for people to like hang, like just have.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts. And that's very weird. And I've seen weird shit like that too. But you know, I've never like actually indulged.
No, so. I'm too scary. I got high anxiety. Like, even the one time I tried weed, I freaked out immediately.
Oh, that's the next thing I wanted to ask.
Somebody was like, open your eyes. I was like, with my eyes closed. My eyes are open.
That's the next thing I want to ask you. So what I want to ask you is, when was the last time that you freaked yourself out? That you freaked yourself out by searching WebMD?
Oh, that was this morning.
Was that this? You did that today.
So I woke up this morning.
You did that today?
Yeah. I woke up this morning and I had two fingers that were feeling a little bit numb. Now, I was laying on my side, so I immediately thought like, oh, it's because I'm laying on my side. And
sure.
Like, maybe I cut off the blood flow or whatever. And so then I sat up and I was up for a while and I was like, oh shit, my fingers are still numb. So of course I immediately Google, what does it mean when your fingers are numb? What do you do? Like, could it be a sign of something? I found, of course, all kind of things.
Yeah.
Most of it said that it was going to like go away by itself. But there's a couple of things that was like, you know, diabetes, stroke, this, that. And I was like, oh God, Jesus, I'm coming to meet you.
Wow.
I immediately freaked out. But then somebody told me that like
somebody, you keep talking about somebody, name names, my nigga. Put a bullet on that shit. Put a name on that bullet, my nigga.
Somebody I know
name
told me.
Them shits. Who the fuck is it?
I called somebody.
Who the fuck was it? Who you call? You call Ghostbusters? Who you call, man? Who you calling?
I called Jay.
Why you calling
because
people?
He works at a hospital.
You calling niggas.
And I told him my one symptom, which then he told me that he was not concerned
at all.
And to not bother him
at all,
and to go to sleep
right now, immediately.
So then I did eventually go back to sleep, and I woke up and my fingers were no longer numb.
Yeah, well, nothing wrong with the motherfucker now. Nothing wrong with your motherfucker now.
But he did not seem concerned.
Not at all.
But he did ask me what my advance directive was. So
Of
that
course I
freaked me
asked
out
that.
a little bit more because I was
Yeah,
like, why is
I'ma
he asking me
ask.
what's going to happen if I fucking can't get
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I'm unconscious?
Real shit. Hey, if you ask me a weird ass question that sounds like bullshit, I'm gonna take that shit to the left. Oh, yo, we need to find out who your shit go to. My fingers numb. Oh shit, nigga, you finna die. Like, yeah, I'm gonna amp that shit. I'm gonna turn up the juice.
He was not helpful.
I wasn't helping at all because I was like, "What's your symptoms?" Oh, my fingers numb. What else? I got a cough, bitch. If you don't go back to sleep,
I already had
if you
the
don't
cough.
drink some
I
tea,
already had the cough.
if you don't drink some tea and do a push up and then go back to sleep, ain't nothing wrong with your fucking, ain't nothing wrong with your motherfucking, and had the nerve to ask me, well, if somebody came into the hospital and said their fingers were tingling with nobody's gonna be nobody's gonna be concerned at all.
I just want to assess if it happened to somebody else that wasn't me.
No, never heard a nigga come in like I'm here because my fingers are tingly. Niggas, hey man, can somebody valet his parking? Get this nigga
It
out of
turned
here.
out that everything was fine, and currently there's no numbness. But at one point, I thought it was my whole arm was about to go.
Yeah, because your fingers is numb. Obviously, now the numbness is super.
It could have been a stroke. They said on mine.
It couldn't have been. You had none of the symptoms for a stroke. You had zero. There was no slurred speech. There was no facial drooping. You were able to understand everything I said and respond. Like there was no.
Look, I don't like you.
Zero.
I don't.
And on top of that, when you have the numbness, it's on the left side. So,
that's for cardiac
fuck
arrest.
out of it. No, it's not.
That's
on the
cardiac.
right side. See, you don't know shit. You don't know shit.
But either way, I turned out okay. Barely.
Barely my
By
motherfucking
the grace,
ass.
by the grace of
Barely
God.
my motherfucking ass, boy. You barely made it because I almost killed you.
Why you gotta bring that up in front of company though?
I didn't bring up nothing. You brought it up.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Oh, when was the last time that WebMD freaked you out? You already knew I had a freak out this
I
morning.
didn't know you typed in WebMD. I didn't know that. I was asking specifically based on what we talking about.
When was the last time WebMD freaked you out?
Oh man, it was 1999.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. When you had your pinched nerve, it was the same thing.
I wasn't on WebMD.
What were you on?
I wasn't on none of that shit. I just was fucked up. I was just fucked off. See, that's why you don't pay attention. Anyway, nope, that wasn't it. When I had my
I
pinched
thought
nerve,
that
just
too. I
fucked
thought,
up.
oh my gosh, because his fingers was numb when he had a pinched nerve. So I was like, oh, maybe that's that. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to have a pinched nerve. I need my nerves.
It's been a great pod. It's been a great pod.
But you don't understand the anxiety that happens. I already have anxiety as it is. And then if one thing seems like it's not right, I automatically think I'm going to die.
Well, you did think you were gonna die, and I thought that was very funny. So I of course,
You thought it was funny?
I thought it was funny. Man, listen.
What kind of friend are you?
I see people almost die daily.
Now, see,
so
if I would have,
know what it looks
but
like.
what if I would have actually died? Your ass would have been over here sad.
You're not gonna die if I'm sitting right here, and if you do die while I'm sitting right here, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be so fast it ain't nothing I could do. But it definitely ain't gonna be my fingers was tingling. Now I'm dead. No, in the history of niggadom has a nigga fingers tingled and then killed over. It doesn't happen.
But what if I would have died on the way over here?
Well, then nothing I could do. Nothing I can do about you dying on the road.
I'm just saying, you don't.
I can't be everywhere. I'm not God. Okay.
You saying it like, oh, like he was just there the whole time. No, I had to drive over here and shit. Call you. You know.
Simple as
Yeah.
this, man. Nothing I can do when you're on the road, my nigga. Like, as far as your symptoms, them ain't symptoms enough to get me out of bed. Sorry.
It turned out to be fine. I took a nap. After that, I went back to sleep, and then I woke
And now
up.
you here, you're doing a
woke
pod, you drinking alcohol and shit.
I woke up. My fingers were no
You know what
longer
I'm saying?
tingling. I did have a good dream.
Got
Though.
fucking Jerry curl juice all on my headphones. You just doing your shit today.
Jerry curl juice.
Jerry curl juice, baby. Jerry curl. Jerry. Jerry. Yep, Jerry Curl juice. Anyway, nice pod today, man.
Nice pod.
Get the fuck up out of here because I'm getting a little antsy about being here.
Okay, let's go eat as usual.
Yeah, we got a long drive. You driving?
I'm not driving nowhere.
Oh yeah. We finna order pizza then.
Okay.
So yeah, we will do post pro with pizza. Anyway. Good pod today.
Great
not,
pod.
Not,
Great,
not,
great.
not great pod. Not great, but it was good. It was good. It was a good pod today. Nice drink. So I will just throw this out there. Get yourself a smoker. This is the today we used oak wood chips. For the smoker, I got cherry, apple, peach. And then I got oak, and then you got to get yourself some of these. Let me just show these to the camera. Get yourself some maraschinos. Get this the Luxerados. These go. Them is the joints right there.
Very good.
You know what I'm saying? Get yourself a couple of oranges so you can pull the thing off of there, put it in your joint. If you can get your hands on some if you can get your hands on it, get yourself a motherfucking Cuban cigar and go nuts when you do your whiskey thing. You wanna do it right if you're gonna do it.
All right.
And that's pretty much it, man. Make your old fashions at home. Don't go to the bar. You know what I'm saying? Get you some formidable whiskey, some simple syrup, and invest. Please invest in your ice cubes, okay? Please invest in your ice cubes. Don't put regular refrigerator ice cubes in your drinks, man. Get the big block of the joint thing. We got some that are supposed to be invisible. It's a whole process. Don't get me to lying. And then we're going to see y'all next week, man. Thanks for tuning in. This was the worst pod I've ever done in my life. I'm so upset about it right now, but it is what it is. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we'll come back next week and do a better job. I apologize. Thank you. Take it easy.